She, how you doing? Thanks for joining me last minute today.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, you're a friend of the show. I've interviewed you a lot. We've had long conversations into the night in person before, but you are a survivor of the Maoist cultural revolution. With the assassination of Charlie Kirk, are you seeing any similarities there to your
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what I've been doing since the sad news that I received the sad news yesterday afternoon. Communism is violence. And what we have here, this is something people still, not everyone understand. What we have here is communism. Woke is communism. DEI is communism. Identity politics is communism. This is communism. And then when they can't. Okay, but when they can't win the argument, the open debate, the exchange of ideas, like what Charlie Kirk championed, they just have to eliminate you. It's always the case. It's never failed. In China, they did that to anyone they consider a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Someone dare to think, and someone dare to think differently, and someone to dare to share its opinion. And they have to be eliminated. And I just know people who are just taken away and put in labor camp for re-education. Many of them just vanished. And during the Cultural Revolution, especially, Mao allowed the young, radicalized people, just like today's youth in college and in our public schools, to believe that violence is the way to get rid of the people with wrong thoughts.
You're seeing that a lot in the comments on Charlie's assassination. I mean, the just disgusting comments like, I'm glad he's gone, who's next, all that kind of stuff, right? That's what you're talking about.
Exactly. And that's why when all this so-called democratic leaders say they denounce violence, they don't. What they believe, the ideology they believe, the ideology they try to push is communism. And did you follow Obama? He said, sorry to hear the sad news and condemn violence. And then, like a less than 10 minutes, he was pushing his divisive ideology about ICE.
Yeah.
They're communists. Yeah. And this is something else I really think people still don't understand. And I think more and more people are awakened. And I do hope that this tragedy of assassination will waken up more people. We're no longer dealing with just another party with a different idea, and we disagree of how to make America a better place. No. They are absolutely 100% communists. And communism believes in nothing but violence.
And power, yeah.
And power. But how do they get power? Through violence. How do they control power? Through violence. And I think a lot of people say, oh, China is no longer that way. No, it is still the same way. And I hope people really remember that young Chinese student during the COVID lockdown, she held a piece of blank paper, nothing, just blank paper, and she was arrested and disappeared because she dared to go out there and use her blank paper to challenge the authority. Gone. We don't know where she is, and that is communism. They don't, here we still have freedom. We still can debate, but in China, no debate. No. When the Democrats, they have total control, that was the case. No debate.
Well, you look at the Marxist ideology where all this started, and it went to Russia, and that was a communist revolution. It destroyed that country. It went to China. It's still there.
Yeah.
And now it's come
Cuba.
here. And it's a global power grab. I mean, it's really elites using that ideology to take power and control, I think. What do you think?
Absolutely. So today, what we're saying, okay, I call it communism. It is communism, but the real truth is globalism.
Yeah.
With communist characteristics.
Yeah.
Why they take the communism as a way to get power? Because that proved effective.
Yeah.
That has been proved very, very effective because it's very, very deceptive. At first, they're deceptive, and because everything they do is for the sake of social justice, is to protect our democracy.
Yeah.
And so, and that's why when your goal is so lofty, any means is justified, including assassination.
Yeah. Well, you've seen that online. I mean, people are a lot of the youth are fine with it. I mean, they're like,
Absolutely
who's
fine.
next?
Yeah, they're cheering,
Mhm.
cheering on, and I saw a video, very disturbing, a video on the Utah, the university campus. They just witnessed something, and
Mhm.
then just said, someone has to do it. It's a job, someone has to do it. They're just fine with it. And when we have this kind of mentality among our youth, and we are really in the verge of revolution when people can just kill others they don't
Yeah.
like, and with moral justifications.
So how do you stop that among the youth? Have you seen any effective tools? I know Charlie was very effective. That's why they killed him, right?
He's absolutely the most effective, and then you can see that. I watched him for years, and in the beginning, his tent. He has a table and have a few students there, and they debate, and most of them walk away. Now look at his meeting. It's just thousands of students show up. So he actually saved the younger generation, and that's why we see so many people vote for Trump. But the work just started. And
Yeah.
we have so much to do. And I tweeted something today, and I said, each time Charlie Kirk was debating a leftist student, he was really, really debating the entire academic establishment, because those academia has been run by Marxists. They are the ones that brainwashed the students. They are the ones that make them hate America and embrace violence. So in order to save the country, I always say that we first we have to take back our school. We have to engage. And just like what Charlie Kirk, I was hoping that one day I would able to join Charlie on one of those campus events, because the young people is really determine the future of our country.
Well, maybe we need to work on that and get you out in the colleges, because you are very effective because you've had the experience, right? I mean,
and I hope people listen to me, but it is very difficult when I watch those debates. It's just not debates. It really show us that how bad, how dire the situation is. They cannot think critically. They just cannot, and then they refuse. They refuse to see to really have a constructive debate, and then they refuse to see fact. And those are the red cards. They were the red cards that brought down, brought down China, and it's there. I was hoping that I can reach out to more youth, but I just finished my second book, and it's coming out in January. And I'm very active on Twitter, and anywhere people ask me to go and speak, and I would. And I just not too long ago, a group of homeschoolers, the parents asked me to talk to them, and I did online. And because we all need to reach out to the youth, to save the youth, to save our future.
Your government doesn't care about you. That's why you need a medical emergency kit. It contains life-saving medications like ivermectin, Z-Pak, and antibiotics. Stock them before they block them.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Well, tell us about the book, Xi. I mean, well, first tell us the first book and tell us about the second book.
Yeah, the first book was really the comparison of the two cultural revolutions, and one was Mao's Cultural Revolution. I lived through when I was studying at age of 7. I lived through it, and then when Mao died, I was 17, 10 years, and I lived through it. And the book is just a warning to Americans that this absolutely is a repeat. Yeah, and I don't know, this is my luck or whatever. I happen to live through both, and I can tell people with authority, this is the same thing. It's history repeating, and it's so well received. I'm just very, very grateful that my book is so well received. The second book, and I work with a very well-known Chinese dissident, and this book is about how United States fail to understand communism and help to enable the CCP to grow and eventually become our worst, most powerful enemy. And it's all happened here. And it's happened because Americans, the American leaders, the diplomats, intellectuals, even today, they do not understand communism.
Do you think it's that, or do you think they're communists themselves and are enabling it?
Yeah, there are two kinds, or maybe more than two. One is the leftists, and the leftists is just a few steps away from becoming full-fledged communists.
Right.
They are called fellow travelers, and there are some just total naivete, have no understanding. They use their experience to understand a culture, understand the ideology that they know nothing about. But they were so arrogant. They feel like they know everything. They make decisions. And now what we are facing is our enemy, the CCP. It's not just over there. It's everywhere inside our society, infiltrated every part of our culture and our institutions, and they have their allies. Those are the communists here. Those are the Democrats, and those are the rhinos. They are all communists. Some are full-fledged. Some are just a communist light.
Well, I think what you have is, like you said, the young people get in. They're very naive. They get indoctrinated, and then they're kind of confronted, and they refuse to accept reality because it changes their worldview, and that's too hard for them to admit they were wrong. So they stick with that, and then eventually they just get turned into hardened criminals, essentially.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's what indoctrination is about, that you no longer can think, or you refuse to think. You accept. And that's what Red Guards are. They're just zombies. They just take orders from Mao, and they no longer have the ability to say, is this right? Does it make sense? No, they just go on and carry it out, and which means really the destruction of the whole society.
Wow. Anything else, Xi, you want people to know?
Yeah, I just want to also use this moment to say how much I appreciate Charlie. And his work, and we must carry on his work.
I agree. And how can people find the books? Tell me the name of the second book.
Oh, it's called Made in America, and the subtitle is kind of long, and I haven't been able to remember all of it. It's Made in America, the hidden history of how United States enabled the communist China and made it our most powerful enemy, something like that. It's so long. Because you have to explain what it means, but it's made in America. It's made in America because we have people who are communists, or who are communist light, or who don't understand communists, and they made mistake one by one by one, going back to Wilson time, Woodrow Wilson. Yes, it's
of
the whole
course.
history.
Thank you, Xi. We'll have you back down the road. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.